If you ever really want to watch the Marvel movies in the exact timeline you want to watch it, I'm pretty sure this movie is technically the first one you should ever watch in the Marvel Universe. Captain America, the First Avenger. Continuing on to the Marvel Universe leading up to Endgame, I have a few more reviews to do, but today we're reviewing Captain America, the first Captain America movie. A movie I have not seen in a while. Like, I've seen the other movies I reviewed. I have seen those movies like every once in a while, but this movie, it's been a good minute since I've seen this movie. So I went back and watched it today or tonight, and you know what? I have to first thing first. Wow, Captain America Steve Rogers and Chris Evans as this character, he was just perfect casting. Yes, he was the Human Torch in Fantastic Four, but they were like, hey Marvel, like give me another chance, give me another role, and they were like, you're gonna be Captain America, you're gonna be Steve Rogers, and they made him badass. This movie is directed by Joe Johnston, who did The Wolfman and Jurassic Park 3 and the first Jumanji. And basically the movie set back in World War I, I want to say, or 2, I don't even know. I'm sorry, don't know my wars. But either way, Steve Rogers, he's a scrawny little dude and he wants to be a soldier. He gets punched by big guys. He goes to training camp. He can't do certain things. His best friend Bucky can do all of it and he's made it, but Steve Rogers, he just can't make it. And then Stanley Tucci's like, listen, there's this guy named Howard Stark and we're going to do this superhuman soldier serum and we want you to be our test. He does it and obviously he becomes big and buff, indestructible, runs fast, super speed, he's super strength, he is a hero, and all they do is put him as this advertisement Captain America guy, wears a really crappy suit and he's advertising, hey, join the war and everything, but he wants to get out there and he wants to fight and defeat the one and only Red Skull. So that's the basic storyline. I did a really good job doing that story. I'm really proud of myself. So what do I think about this movie? I have to say this right now, like I said, Chris Evans was perfect as Steve Rogers. He is so good in this movie. You care for his character. You want him to win. You want him to, like, defeat the bad guys. And I know everyone makes fun of Captain America because he's got the blue suit on and the little, like, the shield, whatever, with a star on it, and it's just cheesy kind of. This movie didn't make him cheesy like the Thor movie did with Chris Hemsworth, but this movie, they didn't make him cheesy. They made him badass. They made him a character you care for, a character you want him to lead, to survive, to lead the Avengers, because it is called the First Avenger, and so we get to see him grow as a character. And I will admit, I've seen this in many reviews before, and again, I haven't watched the movie in a while, but I watched it tonight, and I have to admit, the movie montages through like the entire war scenes between him and his teammates, and then montages through a bunch. I mean, the whole movie's mostly about him learning his like power and growing, and him with his love interest, and he's like loving her or whatever, and he wants to be with her, but he also wants to fight for America and fight for everyone because America, you know that stuff, he loves it. And so Chris Evans does montage through all the fight scenes. There's montage, and some of the CGI looks bad. I can't lie. The scene where he's jumping off that big tank, he's like jumping like this or whatever, and he lands on the ground, is exploding. It looks really fake and really bad. But overall, the real reason you see this movie is because Steve Rogers and just him as Captain America. You really like this guy. Like, he's just likable. And you love Bucky. I mean, we all love Bucky now because he's the Winter Soldier and all that kind of stuff. But this movie, he was just a normal guy that you cared for. Obviously, in the train sequence, we do think he dies. Obviously, nowadays, we know he doesn't. He gets the robot arm, whatever. But in this movie, you thought Bucky died. And so you try to defeat Red Skull. And speaking of Red Skull, in my opinion, is an underrated villain. First things first, he looks cool. Like, I like the red face. And the scene where he takes off his face, I don't know, as a little kid, I was weirded out. I was like, that ain't right. That ain't right. But it's a cool scene. They're like across from each other over a fire, and he's just talking, he's yanking his face off, and he's a bald-headed Red Skull guy, and it's like, damn, he's awesome. He's an underrated villain, even though his motivation's pretty bad. And the movie does deal with the Tesseract, which is a big reason of this movie being very connected to Avengers and all that stuff, because obviously the Tesseract does lead to Loki and all that kind of stuff, and sooner or later Thanos. Anyway, that's other movies, but this movie, he is trying to go after that, and so is Captain America. The movie does end in a way where you didn't really expect. How he gets the ship, defeats Red Skull, and he gets out there, and he's like, I gotta go, and he tells her, his girlfriend, he's like, I'm sorry, I can't get there for your dance, I'm sorry. And he doesn't go to his dance, and obviously he crashes, but he freezes up. In the very end, we do see him in Civilization, and that's how he meets Samuel Jackson. And then the end credit scene is pretty much an Avengers trailer. That's what it is. It's an Avengers First One trailer, which, I mean, that's cool, I guess. They've never done trailers before. They usually just show scenes, whatever. But this movie, they were like, screw it. Here's the 25-second trailer of the Avengers movie. But overall, this movie, again, it just has great motivation. You love Chris Evans as his character. The whole cast is really, really good. The guy who plays Howard Stark is really good. He's just like Tony Stark, douchey but smart. You love the girl who plays his girlfriend, which I cannot remember her name right now. I know her name. It's Agent something because she had a TV show. I can't remember her name. I'm terrible with names, as you guys know. Stanley Tucci's good. The guy who plays Red Skull is really good, which I should know his name because he's really famous and he's in The Matrix, but I don't remember what is his name. I don't know his name. Either way, Captain America First Avenger is an awesome America movie, and it's an awesome little origin story for Captain America. Oh, and Tommy Lee Jones. He's a mean old man, but he's good in this movie. Rewatching this movie, it was so enjoyable. I have to give it a B. I did not expect me to like it this much. Again, I haven't seen this movie in a good little bit. The movie it's just a good time in my opinion. I really like Chris Evans as Captain America. And obviously nowadays we're very worried for Endgame, what's going to happen with him. No one knows, but we will find out soon. But my next review in the Marvel Universe, so like I said in a couple of videos ago, I don't remember which one was it. I think it was Iron Man 2, I think. Either way, I mentioned I will be skipping the first Avengers and going ahead and reviewing Iron Man 3. So yes, Iron Man 3 is my next review. I'll probably get that to you maybe not next week, probably next 2 weeks because I have a very busy week next week, so that's why I'm going to review this movie very early because I got Thor out and now this one. So yeah, Iron Man 3 will be my next one, and the reason why for that is because just me personally, I want to review the first Avengers movie right before seeing Endgame because I feel like it's a good story which connects, I don't know, I just want to watch it before the next and last maybe Avengers. So yes, next one will be Iron Man 3. After that, it'll be Avengers. And then we'll finally get to Endgame. So hope you guys enjoy this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.